You can fucking welcome us then. I don't know who we're sponsored by today, so.
Today we're sponsored by, what are you? Feed Me, Fight Me. There you go. That's the shirt you have on, just in case you didn't know.
But we're representing Feed Me, Fight Me today.
Yeah. All right.
You can fucking talk this then.
We gotta do these. This is gonna be hot.
All right.
This is gonna be really hot. Right? Oh, I thought you were about to drink it, not cheers me.
You better sip it, taste it first, so you know how hot it's gonna be.
All right, I can survive. Can you?
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Fuck, that burnt me bad. I'm not that tough.
Ah!
Yikes. All right, this is episode 3.
Fucking 3.
Yeah, of
Reformed and
Regulated. Not even gonna give him the chance.
Thanks.
All right, so I know we wanted to talk about the comp over the weekend, kind of do a little quick recap.
Yeah, just real quick. This
one's going to be kind of quicker, just kind of go over that, and then we're going to do our questions for Jason. So he just got done doing qualifier, so he's in a great space.
Yeah,
right
bear
now.
with me for a minute. I'm going to get my shit together here while we're talking.
I don't know if we have enough time for that.
I don't. I've been doing that for years and still ain't got it. So, you guys did good?
Yeah, it was awesome. They actually, it was at True Fit in Lancaster, and it was, again, the Valentine's Day Massacre. They did a really good job running it. Everything was super organized. They had stuff on poster boards, times, what the workouts were.
Wow.
The judges were all super great. They had a lot of volunteers. They had 2 photographers, and they had food truck outside. So I got
was
to
on
take
the food truck of all mine? That's all I want.
It was barbecue with mac and cheese and stuff. Josh got some, it was a sandwich that was covered in mac and cheese,
amazing.
basically.
That's what it was. He bought amazing.
And so I was taking bites in between workouts. And Sarah and Jillian were doing their last one, and Michael had a whole ass quesadilla. And he looked at me during mid-workout, and he goes, "You can have some." So I crawled over and I started eating it oh my God, I looked like a starving person.
Oh, well. That's
good. It was great.
Always look for the food when you go, comp, right? Either during or after, get together and eat after.
We went to Roosters after too. That was
good.
But everybody did super great.
Yeah, I'm super proud of everybody.
Yeah.
Fucking just.
Everybody.
Everybody went in and a lot of things happened for this, right?
Yeah.
I said to you was you guys, it forced you into working on things that you wouldn't probably have done regularly, so you did it a lot.
Yeah.
You and Haley both.
Yep. And it paid off.
And you went and did multiple
during
reps
that workout of the movement with the handstand push-ups that we had just learned a month ago. We might not have been as fast as the other teams, but we got done and we just smiled at each other.
Right.
Because that felt good.
You did them.
Yeah.
So, so what we had, in case you didn't know, we had 6 teams. We had 2 RX, you guys, and Carrie and Sarah.
For the females, females. And Carrie and Sarah won the whole damn thing.
Yeah, Carrie and Sarah had called him. I didn't know they even know their name.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't have no idea their name until it was over here. So respect your elders.
Yeah.
So they went in and won it.
They
got
won
first.
it. We got 5th.
Yeah, but still. 5th isn't
but you know what?
For your first first RX comp.
Right.
Your first time having the movements.
Yep.
You just got them.
And we didn't get stomped on. After 2 events, we were in 4th.
Yeah.
Then we were tied for 4th after 3rd event. And then last event, we got beat by 2 reps.
Yeah,
so I'll take that.
Look, and it's I told you, sometimes it's not even about the placement per se, it's what it taught you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Right? The things you learned going into it, the things you learned during.
Yeah.
And you're going to take away from it.
Oh yeah.
So, we had 1 mixed RX.
Yep. Kelly and Kyle
ended up, after a lot of practice.
Yes.
Listen, those 2 practiced a lot.
They're very analytical.
Yeah.
They won.
Kelly is very, I got to have a plan to the book.
Yep.
No secret to any of us.
And
we know that.
Kyle
just rode right along.
Yeah,
I like it.
It
made a perfect team.
Yes.
Michael and Josh.
Yep. They won
RX
it.
guys team.
Yep.
Won theirs.
They did a great job too.
Jillian and Sarah, their
first ever comp.
First ever comp within inside of a year.
Yeah. And I guilted them into it.
I know you guys. We were sitting at Thanksgiving when that happened. I remember it. At Friendsgiving. You guys just kept pushing and pushing and pushing.
I had Sarah's credit card number because we had bought tickets for Van's Warped Tour in November, and she had me do it over the phone. And I was like, "Oh, is this Is this still relevant?
Oh, Jesus.
And then I said, oh, is this your email and all your information? Because I pulled it from Push Press.
That's fucking awesome.
She's like,
I
you're
remember
evil.
sitting there and you guys were trying to talk him into doing it. It was funny.
Yeah, they crushed it.
Right?
And they did the same thing. I mean, with weights and movements that they hadn't done
Carrie
before.
said, Jillian, and bless her heart, like she could clean that weight, and she tried and tried and tried to get that overhead.
Oh my God, she was so close.
Yes. That's what everybody said.
Freaking grit, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
They did such a good job.
And then the booths.
Yes.
The Masters.
Yep, they got
of
third
the group mixed
in
team.
the Masters.
They ended up with third. So
yep, it was really cool.
Look, I heard some cool stories come out of it. Christina said she didn't know there was a leaderboard until Carrie had told her before the final event.
Which is probably, honestly, best to not know.
She went and looked. She says that they were tied for third, so she went and found Matt. She told Matt, she said, I didn't come here to tie for third. So
that's fucking awesome.
So she does that. I had just texted him with Mike before the last event, and I told him, I said, leave no doubt. Yeah. Like, go out there and just leave no doubt on the floor that that's where you belong. And like Carrie and Sarah were like she said it was great to compete with Carrie because there was no extra talk.
Right.
She wasn't like, she had to tell her a few times like what to do, like, hey, you need to slow your burpees down, or we're gonna get no reps. She said she didn't feel disrespected by it. She felt like Carrie was very matter of fact, to the point. She pulled her in, they did what they needed to do, and they moved on. She said that Sarah come in, and Sarah said the same thing the other day when she came in. She said if nothing else, she said we all went in there with grit. Yeah. She said we all have grit.
We did. And to hear CrossFit Uprising like announced that many times as the workouts are going, and we were all in different heats, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
There was that many people.
Kim knows the owners too, and she said that you guys all carried yourself with the utmost respect and class that anybody could ask for.
That makes me feel good.
From my side, being the owner of this gym and the programmer, and you know, being a coach, and made me feel super good on top of all of everything else that went on, the wins and you doing things, and Haley and the boost being third, and all of that, and Jillian and Sarah being in it, is that part of it was just as important to me, that you represented my gym. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Be a good
my
face
baby, and you did. You guys were a perfect face. I couldn't ask for anything better going down there.
That makes me feel good.
So yeah, and it should. You guys should all feel really good and be proud of yourselves for the work you guys put in to do it. Yeah. So, that's about it. I mean, this was basically about that, and then your little, whatever you have going on now that you wanted to do for this episode. Yeah. Rapid fire questions, I guess.
He doesn't know what the questions are.
No, I don't. So this is something new. I didn't even know this was coming. So I seen a post the other day that was, you know, hey, send me some questions. I'm going to pop some questions off at Jason, without him knowing. Yeah. Quick first answers. Move on. I had no idea this was coming.
Dave asked one on the comments. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I did. Ask him how come after 10 years he can't teach him double unders. Dave, I have tried.
Oh, that's great.
So, so this will be new. We're going to reverse this, I think. So if you're watching this, shoot me some questions for this one over here. Yeah. I'll ask her maybe on the next episode or an episode after.
That makes me nervous.
Yeah, I know. This makes me nervous because I don't know what's coming. A few people have said they did, hey, I asked you a question. And I'm like, oh, great, awesome. So I do know a few of them that are coming, not question-wise, but people that have asked them. And I'm pretty sure when the questions are asked, I could probably guess.
For a few of them, yeah, I think so.
But for the most part, probably not. I'd be surprised, just a surprise. So we're gonna do this. And we'll finish this one up.
Yeah, and then we'll have another one coming soon too.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
We got lots to talk about.
Is there anything else? Like anything else we need to? My qualifiers are done. Yeah, I'm done. I changed directions. I was going to do the Adirondacks up in New York, and buddy Jason, I have Jason Ansley.
You got a lot of buddies named Jason.
I do, right? There's a whole bunch of them. It's like when you look at the 45 to 49, which that's another story anyway, but the 45 to 49 group and the 50 to 54 now where we're going into, there's so many Jasons. Yep. Jason Grubb, Jason Ansley, Jason Bowers. Like there's all these Jasons, and we're like, wow.
Very confusing.
Well, we're all the same age, and apparently back then, like Jason was not the name to call your kid in 75, 76. 74, 75, 76. It wasn't an unpopular name.
Oh.
It wasn't popular. So people were calling their kids names that weren't
they wanted
popular,
to be
right?
different.
So like,
Now you're all named
I
the same
remember
fucking thing.
my mom telling me that at one point, like, we called you Jason because nobody was called Jason.
Yeah.
And then like years later, Jason became popular. So I switched directions. He runs First Four Monster Games. When I opened the gym, I went out there and did that one. I got hurt on the first day.
Oh, that's right.
Leading. I was leading the race and popped my plantar.
Yeah.
So I couldn't go on. Tim got second. Actually, Tim got first that year in that, but they had messed up the scoring. Tim should have got first, but they gave him second. It was a mix up, but it happens. But now my first year, and this is really weird, I wrote out on the board yesterday my name, the way we do our videos.
Yeah.
I wrote out Jason Tomlinson, 50 to 54.
How'd that feel?
Fucking weird. Like I'm in the 50 to 54 for this comp.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I'm a fucking 50-year-old. So I switched directions and going to that now.
Hell
so
yeah.
I just finished the last one today.
Yeah, that one was fun.
No, that was not fun.
I didn't
Not
even
fun
like
at all.
watching it.
It's just so boring for one, like nothing but bar
just
facing
looked
burpees and squat cleans.
Painful.
But it's just over and over and over and
Yeah.
over, just a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yuck.
that's it.
they're
Programming.
done.
Yeah, we got fucking ton of shit to do. So
Yeah.
programming same. We're probably gonna do one of these before the open, just so everyone knows. I haven't pushed it and
Yeah,
I have my
feel
own
like
feelings
that's
on it.
gonna-
We should probably do a podcast that got some open information in it.
I have on my list of topics. That's the next one coming
Yeah,
up.
so we will go over the open stuff. It is only about 24 days away or something.
I think it's 20. days
20?
away.
Okay,
Yeah.
20 days away. So we'll do one within the next 4 or 5 days to make
Yeah.
sure we get you guys some open information about
Yep.
here, about what we're going to do if you do sign up for the open and so forth. And those 3 weekends won't be partner WODs. They'll be the open
Yep.
workout again,
Yep.
sign-ups and so forth. But we'll go over all that.
Okay.
All right, well, let's move on to your
Yeah,
little...
you feel ready
No,
after
I'm
you're
not
procrastinating?
at all. Fuck no. I'm trying to put it off.
know you are.
How long I got? The longer I keep talking and get 2 questions, I'm done.
All right. I'm going
right.
to pick a random one to start. Oh, you're going to know who asked this one. Would you rather do back-to-back Murph or back-to-back Bruce?
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. My first instinct's back-to-back Murph, but if you give me that second to think about it, probably Bruce.
Okay.
Probably back-to-back Bruce.
All right.
I don't know if I could do
That sounds horrible.
100. They both sound horrible. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Holy
Torture.
shit. That's just bad. Back-to-back Murph or Bruce.
Gross.
Yeah, neither. I mean, is that an option?
No. All right. Let's see. What's a hidden talent that you have?
In all hidden that probably only a few people know about. I'm actually a really good artist.
Oh, I thought you were about to whip out something real weird that I didn't even know, and I'm like, what are you gonna
No,
do?
I'm actually a really good artist. I drew a lot while I was in prison.
You still gotta show me that stuff.
I do. I have a whole container downstairs of things I
Yeah.
drew, things my friends drew to give off to Carrie. Ended up sending to Carrie, but like we have a whole tote full of things from prison, like
Yeah.
she kept over the years and things
Yeah.
I brought out with me and sent out. But yeah, actually, that's probably, I think very few people know I can sit down and I can draw.
I feel like your daughter's picked that up from you
She
too.
did, which is really amazing.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily, I don't know if it's hereditary or not, but like
She's fucking good.
she is. She's
Yeah.
she's a really good
I
artist.
have one of her little paintings hanging on my wall in
Do
my
ya?
bedroom. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good.
And another on my fridge. My whole house is just Maggie. Artwork by Maggie.
That's awesome.
All right, you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
All right, what's your biggest fear?
Disappointment.
Oh,
Letting people down.
that's a good one.
I did that. I've done that. And that's probably my biggest fear. My biggest fear is letting people down. It's
valid.
It's just, it irks me. It
Yeah.
grates on me and it scares me. Because it's not, especially letting somebody down that I care for and somebody cares for me.
Yeah, which
Like-
I feel like is why you push so hard to do all these things
I-
to be successful.
I
So-
do. I didn't like, and it's an honest to God fear now, like letting my members down, letting our members down,
Yeah.
letting my coaches down. You know what I mean? Like I don't ever want to do that.
Yeah.
Letting my wife and my daughter down is my biggest one.
Yeah.
Like I don't ever want to see that look in her eyes if I do, you know?
Right.
And like when I was pushing for the games, like that was huge.
Yeah.
It was huge to me when I opened that score that time and it said 36th in the world. And I started crying because not because I didn't make it, because I thought I let my wife down.
Yeah.
She let me do what I was doing and I felt like I let her down. And it hurts and it's scary to me. I don't know why, but it's scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably disappointment. Disappointing people.
Yeah, that was deep. All right. Let's see. What's your advice to someone considering starting their own business?
Do it. Do it.
I feel like that's
do it.
A good answer.
Put a plan together
Yeah.
and fucking do it.
Yeah.
Don't put a plan together and keep looking at it and
Right.
wondering and thinking. And if you need help, go find help.
Yeah. That's a big thing.
Seek the help.
Resources. Yep.
Like, go do it.
Yeah.
It's honestly, and that I know, and this is funny. Like they say, people with money. It's easy for people with money to say that. It's easy for people with money just to do because they have the money. Now, at one point they didn't.
Right. Yep.
If they're self-made, at one point they didn't.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I did have help, but you know what? I went and found that.
Right.
Like I wanted to do this, and I found what would get me to where we're at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
all they did, all those the partners, they gave me the option to start.
Right.
Right. They helped me get started. All the work in between has been me and my wife and you and Jaw and the coaches and the members being like, all of the everything else is just do.
Yeah. It'll fill in.
It will.
Yeah. And if you're already considering it, you might as well do it so you don't regret it later on.
I've been seeing a lot of those lately. A lot of that, you know, it's better to go ahead and do than it is to wonder where you would be if you hadn't.
Yeah.
Like,
that's one of my big things.
like just do it.
I might be tired now too, but maybe it'll be really worth it.
You know what? In the end, if you really think about it, when you send a skull off, do you feel good about it? It's worth it then.
Yep.
Right? Like, yeah, it sucks during in the cold weather and you were stuck in the garage and you had 47 deer in there, but like in the end, when you get one out and you see it or somebody takes a picture of it and it's hanging on the wall, you can go,
I did that.
That's mine.
Yeah.
Like I did that. Right.
Yep.
So.
Yep. All right. Let's see. What's a misconception most people have about you?
That's a hard one to answer. Because I don't know.
I feel like if people have things, they probably aren't going to say them to your face.
Probably not.
Maybe like when new people come in thinking like, oh, you're a hard ass.
I'm gonna guess a lot of it is the way my presenting self.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This morning makes me think of that when we were standing out here and Liz said, yeah, you're a fuck guy. But like, really, we all know you're just a big teddy bear.
Yep.
You know
I
what
think
I mean?
that's the perfect
like
answer
to me,
to that question.
when you say when a lot of people say things, that's a lot of what I hear at times.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I'll never forget the conversation that I had over with Nick Watling at one point. We were talking and Nick said, you know what? There was a point, he goes, I didn't even want to meet you. He goes, I wanted nothing to do with you because of your felony and your story and all of this. He goes, I had no reason to. He goes, I didn't want to. I said, you know, and I said, that's fair. And I said, I don't blame you for that. Like, I don't hate you for that at all. I'm not holding it against you.
Yeah.
He goes, but I'm glad I did. And, you know, now me and Nick are really good friends and train together.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, like, I think, I'm wondering if sometimes, you're right, most people, if they do have something to say like that, they're probably not saying it. But I wonder if most of the times that's what people see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that hard exterior? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
there's a lot more underneath that.
and I don't mean that to
No.
be. It's just me. Like,
well, I feel like a lot of people in leadership roles, that's kind of what happens sometimes too. Like,
yeah,
you know.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, I had a lot of people ask about the why, like behind your programming, but I feel like I want to do a whole separate section on your programming and how you do it, how you come up with things, stuff like that. Because yours is very different than a lot of other things.
Yeah. I have a lot of why behind my programming and a lot of why I believe in what I do and why I go the way I go and see and look and see the way things I see.
Yeah. So I want people to hear that, but I think that needs its own kind of segment. All right. Who do you admire the most?
That's, here's, all right, so this is a hard one for me because I didn't grow up having anybody to look up to. I do admire, I do still, is my uncle. When my mom ended up in prison, which is a whole nother separate story too. But when she ended up in prison, we went to live with my aunt and uncle, and they adopted us for a little while and so forth. My uncle taught me a lot. Taught me a lot about work ethic, and just doing things. Like he taught me, you know, we built houses together, we done underground electric work together. He, you know, there was all these things that he taught me, and I do look up to my uncle for that, and I still, to this day, I still give all kudos to him on my work ethic. It's from him. It's cool. So that's one person I admire, and I admire my uncle for taking us in when we weren't. He's not even my blood. He's married to my mom's sister, right? Like him and my aunt took us in. Yeah, we were not even his kids, right? So he took me and my sister in, and I do admire that. Outside of that, I don't know. I don't really have anything because I never grew up with that. Like there was never an instill of like, you know, I really admire my, like,
you want to be like this person when you grow up.
Yeah, they're like, really, I didn't really have that. You know what I mean? You know, I always thought like Michael Jordan was cool because he played basketball. Like he was a really good, he was a great basketball player to me of all time. So like I want to be like Michael Jordan at some point, or I don't want to play ball like that. You know, at one point I thought fucking I was a thug on the street was fucking take after Tupac. Like, you know what I mean? So you have all these things that through time that you're doing, and then you see the person that it's like, fuck yeah, like, you know what I mean? But like Taps, it's probably my uncle the most.
That's a good answer. I like that. We have some questions about some comp stuff too, which I think I think one of them was like, what makes Uprising's programming so superior in the Newark area? So I feel like that kind of falls in with the why behind the programming. So we'll get to that.
Okay.
This is a pretty easy one. What's your favorite cheat day meal? Like if you didn't have to worry about calories or feeling like shit. And it can't just be Little Debbie's.
No. If I was gonna go somewhere and just have an all out fucking meal, and this is my day to do whatever, I would tell you the truth. I'd probably go to Flipside in Columbus.
Yeah.
To the hamburger joint. It's just.
I do like that place.
Man, that fucking place is good.
Yeah.
They make some good burgers. They have some good sweet potato fries. I'd probably end up there.
Yeah.
And then I might end up down at the gas station at the corner buying 2 for $4 fucking Little Debbie's afterwards.
Are we surprised? No. I feel like you already know what mine would be. What would mine be? If you had to get food to bribe me to do anything.
Fucking, we're going to Lee's.
Okay.
I know exactly what
I was
we're
like,
going.
dude, you know it.
I already done it. I know.
I know. Oh, God. All right. Are you signing up for the Open this year? You don't have to give a definite answer if you don't have one, but.
So I played defense with this.
Yeah.
And we've talked amongst us, coaches and so forth, about CrossFit and so forth. And I am undecided. At this very moment, still, I am undecided.
Yep.
I'm not fully on board yet.
Yeah. And I feel like we'll talk about that more too in the next one when we talk about open stuff.
We will.
So,
like I said, I have my own feelings. I have my, you know what I mean? I'm not against it.
Right.
I'm just not fully on board yet.
Yeah.
So
that's fair. All right. Who has been your favorite CrossFit competition partner? Do you know who asked this question?
Yeah, I know. Finger gun. That's a hard one because they both have been.
Yeah.
Like my buddy, like we put ourselves through hell for fucking years in that garage as Tim.
Yep.
Right? Like he is like.
That's an experience you can't replicate with anybody else.
There's nowhere else. There's nothing else. We were in the same age group. Like we knew who we were battling against. We knew what we were going for. Like we went through hell, but in all actuality, we only did a couple comps together
yeah,
as a team.
right.
We did one online, which I fucked up the filming of one of our WODs one time. And I know he'll never fucking say it, but I'm almost sure that fucker was mad at me when I fucked that up and we had to do that workout again.
I cannot imagine him being mad at
Holy
me.
fuck. When I fucking told him that the video was fucked up and we have to do it again, he just got fucking quiet and I was like, fuck, he's mad at me. He's mad. He's mad. We gotta do it again, buddy. Sorry. But doing that comp, doing Fittest of the Coast last year with Mike on a big stage,
yeah,
and his being his first, that's what made that one special to me.
Right.
That made that special because that was his first big one.
Yeah.
Right? That, like, we walked in there and that was his first big comp. Like, to watch him stop and look at the arena and realize like we made it big.
I almost cried when he did his doubles.
Yeah.
And they were so, I mean,
like there was some good. Cool. So having him as that partner for that was like, it's special to me.
I feel like each one has their own different circumstances.
And they do.
Every comp is different and every level of pressure is,
They are, because like the one me and Tim did up north was at Declaration was local.
Yeah.
You know, we walked in a master group and we fucking wiped their ass.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
There was no questions asked.
So walking into the next question, what's been your favorite comp of all time?
My favorite one of all time is probably Masters Fitness Collective. And I don't, it's honestly, a lot of it's because I won it, but a lot of it is because I went in there with that chip on my shoulder. I was going to win.
Yep. Yeah.
That was probably my favorite comp. Programming wise, it was great.
Yeah.
Like every part of it, like just made sense.
Yeah.
Like on top of everything else, I won it.
Right. Yeah.
That was probably my favorite. Now, turning that around, honestly, last January, me and Mike's Fittest of the Coast, like I'm all down for partnership now. Yeah. Ever since me and him qualified and we went to that, like I'm all for partner stuff anymore. I'm like, I'll turn this WOD into a partner WOD any day.
Right.
So
I love that you have
that
attitude.
There's like, and you're right, like every one of them is different. That one of Masters Fitness Collective was special because I won it. Yeah. And I went in with the intention of winning. Right. I didn't go. And I know everyone will say, well, you never go just to have fun. No, I don't. Right. I don't go to have fun, but I also go knowing my limitations and knowing the competition and knowing who's where. Like we went to Legends in Arizona. The fucking fittest guy in my age group is there. He's won it. He's won the games 4 fucking times in a row. Right. 5 times. Like. Yeah. More than likely, like odds are he's gonna win. Right. So like I know my limitations. I'm not dumb. Yeah. But like going into Masters Fitness Collective, Jeff Dotson and Rick Stevenson were there, and they had won and placed second the year before. Mm-hmm. The defending champion is there. Yep. Guess what, Jeff? I love you to death, bro, but I'm just coming for you. Yep.
All right. What's been your most disappointing or embarrassing competition event?
Jesus, look. The first one that comes to mind is probably the rope climb at Mayhem.
I know. I didn't even ask this question.
I know who asked it.
That's what I
He told me he asked it. So probably it. And he was right when he told me. He goes, I'm going to guess the answer is this. It probably was.
I feel so bad.
Look, and I've worked really hard to make them not a fucking thing anymore now.
Yeah.
So probably the rope climb event at Mayhem or the final event at Masters Fitness Collective when I won that year. I couldn't, almost everybody was finished and I couldn't finish the last WOD. And I was winning. People just kept crossing the finish line and I was just like, I can't finish. I'm not finishing. Yeah. He's gonna come back and beat me because I can't fucking finish this. Shit. He didn't. I mean,
that's good.
Time ran out. I ended up with enough of them. Enough people didn't finish between us for me to lose. But like those two were probably my most.
If Jason's ever struggling with anything at a competition, you look at him and you smile and you fake it, okay? Because he will pick you out from a crowd if you're disappointed.
I'll never forget that.
I was not disappointed.
I looked over and I couldn't climb that rope. And I kept going up and I kept failing and I couldn't climb it and I couldn't climb it. And I was so sad anyway that I was failing. And I remember looking over in the crowd and everybody was this level and Mariah was this level. looking at me. And I looked at her and I was like, she looks so disappointed in me. Like, and
I was not.
You did. Your face just to me. I looked at you because you were the only head that was above everybody else because you must have been standing on something or on the fence or whatever. And I looked and I was like, in my head, that's all I thought. I thought, she looks so disappointed.
And that's what he said coming right off the event. I'm like, fuck, I have made him sad. I need to fake it from now on. Like,
it was pretty funny.
Oh my God.
I was really embarrassed when I could hear them announcing.
Yeah.
That I wasn't making it.
Yeah.
Like you.
Like, thanks, bro. I know. You don't have to fucking talk about it.
You don't have to tell everybody.
Right.
Everybody sees it.
Right. All right. Do you ever hide snacks so no one else knows about them?
No, I don't.
Really?
No, I fucking, look, they're there. If somebody wants to have snacks with me, I'm all in. Like, I love
You're a partner snacker too.
Fuck yeah, I love partner snacks.
That's great. All right, what is like a competitive sport that you wish you would have gotten into? Because you did like the biking stuff.
Yeah, I raced BMX when I was younger. I tried football in like the 7th grade, not my gig. Then I played basketball for a few years in high school. I ran track. I don't know, now that like, I don't know, I don't really have a regret of not trying a sport.
That's good, yeah.
Nothing. I got into CrossFit and then I got into, I never got into it competitively. I got into finish was to do ultras, right?
Yeah.
Running 50s and trying 100 and so forth. But like I don't have an interest in any sport that I didn't really wanted to do.
Yeah, that's good that you covered the bases.
Yeah, I ran through the ones I really wanted to do.
All right, let's see. What's the biggest challenge you've faced since opening your own gym?
The biggest one is people. That's the hardest one with this is helping people understand that it's not what they keep seeing on the internet. Like CrossFit is not dangerous and it's not. Look, it is scary and it's intimidating. I get it. It probably is to somebody walking in off the street and seeing everybody doing what they're doing in here, slinging weights around and swinging around on a pull-up rig and falling on the ground and getting up. I get it. The biggest challenge is getting people to understand that it's not that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's so much in between stuff.
There is. Susan, Joe Hickman, like, you know what I mean? There's so many other.
You don't have to be doing that type of stuff to still be doing CrossFit.
You don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's many different facets of this and different ways of doing it that we can do it. And, like it's truly is the hardest, most challenging thing with this is just getting people to come through the door and understand that it's more, and it is more than just the fitness.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more than that.
Yep. All right. We have time for like 2 more. If you had to completely start over and you had to train more heavily, like in one aspect of fitness in general, like strength, cardio, things like that, what would you start with?
Strength.
Okay.
Strength takes so long to get.
Yeah. And
then looking back on it, Josh knows this because Josh was with me for years. My engine was really good at one point. I'm way better now, smarter, I think, a more seasoned athlete now. But my engine was really good and I had no strength. So it used to be you get five weeks of the open. And the first 2 were always engine based. The first one was so everyone could play. They made everybody feel good by everyone could do it.
Right.
Second one got a little more skill in it, but it had some engine. Third one always had a heavy. Third one was always the heavy and there was something you either did a watt and then lifted heavy or whatever. So my numbers would be really good, and then I would bomb because the heavy was there.
Yeah.
And then I would do okay in the last 2 because by the time the last 2 come around, I didn't care anymore because I bombed the heavy.
Yeah.
And I did it year after year and I just never worked on my strength. Thought I was.
Yeah.
And then start of one spring, Josh was working night shifts and he would get off night shift, go sleep in the parking lot. I would show up to work out. I'd wake him up. He'd come in. That whole summer into the winter before the open, we did nothing but lift. And I mean lift. Like we followed Bergner strength at that point for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I had some USA weightlifting programming from a buddy of mine that he did a weightlifting challenge out of a gym in Columbus. So they gave him all that programming to do and follow. He gave it to me, so I'd have it to work with.
Yeah.
So we followed Bergner, and we got to the point, and we only wadded twice a week.
Wow.
We didn't work on anything we were bad at.
Yeah.
Your weaknesses. Our weakness was the strength.
Yeah.
So we lifted. So we didn't wad to work on weaknesses. We wadded to shit we wanted to do. We had fun.
Yeah.
Like
he talks about that time all the time.
Oh my God, that fucking time was so awesome. Like, it was really fun.
Yeah.
We lifted, and we lifted at 85% plus, and we beat ourselves up.
Yeah.
It was bad. We lifted heavy all the time. I can eat. That's all we did.
I was going to say, you ate a lot of donuts.
We ate a lot of Danishes, a lot of donuts, a lot of breads. Like, we'd be eating while we were lifting. He would show up, stopping at Kroger in New Albany and buy shit, and we'd set it out on boxes, and we'd be lifting and eating at the same time.
What a dream.
So if I had to do it going back, I wish I would have done that sooner.
Yeah.
I wish I would have just worked on my strength.
Right.
That way, those 2 or 3 years that I didn't,
Yeah.
I could have been 2 or 3 years ahead.
That's fair.
Leading into
Yeah.
it. So if you, because it takes so long to get your strength. An engine is built in weeks. Strength is built in years. So
that's good. I liked that question. All right, one more. Okay. If you could sit down for dinner with anyone famous, doesn't have to be high level famous, but anyone famous, dead or alive, who would it be? This is my question.
Robin Williams.
Ooh, that's good. That's a good answer.
Because Robin Williams presenting Mark and Mindy, Good Will Hunting, like, he was awesome.
Yeah.
Robin Williams, the comedian, was a different person. But Robin Williams, he's from my era, so like, to me, he's special. But Robin Williams always had something. There was always something profound to say.
Yeah.
Comedian or actor. You know what I mean? So as his real I'd like to meet him.
Yeah. I like that.
Like, I don't know. Robin Williams was always, he was always, I don't know. He was just always somebody that you always wanted to listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Plus, you get both sides of him. You get the actor side of him.
Yeah.
Plus, I could get to sit down and laugh at his fucking rude, raw comedian self.
Like, a lot of levels.
All levels.
Yeah.
And then, be able to meet him as a person, because I feel him as a person could be profound and funny at the same time.
Right. Yeah. That
Like, if we sit down and had dinner with, you could get both sides of that. You could get the side where, hey, let's have a serious conversation, but when things needed to be eased up, he would crack you up and make you laugh your ass off.
Yep.
And you wouldn't
Easy
stop fucking. Yeah, and right, both.
Yeah.
So I would have to say, and it wasn't ever didn't really have anybody that
Yeah. I think that's a solid answer.
So.
All right. Well, I think that does it for your grill session.
Thanks.
So you did good.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the participation. Like we said, I know we want to do some other ones here soon about the Open, about programming.
Yeah, I do want to talk about the Open. I do want to talk about programming. I know that's I would like to talk about it so people understand where I come from.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I think they want to.
I know a lot of people would like to understand, why.
That was, we had, majority of questions were about programming. Yeah,
okay.
So.
Yeah, I would definitely, we could sit down and for sure. I had no problem. It's not a secret.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. It's not like I have some secret book. It's some secret, fucking keep people from looking at.
Yeah.
My shit's one, you can have it.
Yep.
I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that I did this with the questions, because I got a lot of things so I can kind of base, what are we going to have other segments about? And if you guys have stuff that you want to hear us bullshit about, even if it's not CrossFit related, just tell us. Because we'll be fine to sit here and talk about it.
No problem talking. I like stories. Stories are fun.
Oh, God.
So, do you have anything? Is there anything going on?
Let's see. Oh, I'm going to make some of the girls on Sunday do some fun last year's Fittest of the Coast qualifiers workouts, just to, here you go. Because we're talking about some future comps and doing Girls Gone RX and maybe Festivus. And if we're going to do comps, then we need to do some extra shit.
Yeah, I just, that last one I just did.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, and Puck put in the programming. You guys are into it. Here, at the gym.
You should skip that day. That's literally, Josh has tried to get me to do the Monster Games qualifiers, like, just, and I was fine with all of them. I would even do the 30-minute one, like, but that one, fuck that.
That's just.
I don't want to do that at all.
That was rough.
Literally, I was all for it, and then he read them out loud. We were at dinner, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
That was rough. Mike keeps wanting to do the that Adirondacks one with the 369 to 21 thruster toe to bar with the doubles in between. I'm making maybe open gym on Sunday. Maybe if I can get him to come in, me and him will do that.
That'd be good.
Mike.
Called out. He's got to fucking listen to this to be able to be called out. But you know, whatever. Thank you to those who have supported us.
Yeah, thanks guys. We're good. I think I don't have anything.
No.
We should.
Yep. Get ready to go coach and take some pictures. So let's do it. That was good, buddy.
All right. Till next time.
Peace out. Oh, my knee cracked.